Protestors across 54 countries gathered in the streets to demand action against global warming ahead of a big climate summit and United Nations meetings in New York this week. WRAL climate change reporter Liz McLauglin gives us a closer look at the protest turnout and the issues in the spotlight this week.
Climate Week starts in New York City today, where world leaders, scientists, business titans, and activists are gathering to discuss turning the tide against climate change. Sunday, an estimated 75,000 protesters took to the streets in Manhattan to kick off the summit.
What do we want? Climate justice! When do we want it? Now!
Chanting that the future and their lives depend on ending the use of fossil fuels. Protesters called out President Joe Biden, urging him to stop approving new oil and gas projects and to declare a climate emergency.
What he needs to do in order to earn youth votes and win the 2024 election is to end fossil fuels.
The march featured speeches from celebrities and politicians, including Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
That has got to end.
The annual week-long conference comes amid a historic stretch of extreme heat, with this year on track to be the warmest on record.
Climate extremes are hitting North Carolina and other places all around the world, and that's waking all of us up wherever we are. We've got to respond in some constructive way to that, even if it's just trying to adapt and be resilient to those changes.
Climate Week coincides with the United Nations General Assembly, the first full-scale gathering since the COVID pandemic, with a full-day UN climate summit called by the Secretary General on Wednesday. Many of the leaders of the countries that cause the most heat trap and carbon pollution will not be in attendance, including President Biden. Instead, the White House is sending special climate envoy John Kerry. Over the past 100 years, the U.S. has put more heat-trapping carbon in the atmosphere than any other country, though China now emits more carbon pollution on an annual basis. Xi Jinping will also be skipping the climate gathering.
Liz McLauglin reporting.